Today we are playing Selesnya's Cage with the new card Through the Omenpath. Both cards allow us to cheat out cards from our deck, which is always really fun. The new card costs 8 mana, it has Convoke, which also works in a deck that goes wide, so we should be able to play it. Through the Omenpath will let us put a creature card from the top 5 cards of our library onto the battlefield. This deck was super fun and also really strong. If you want to know more, stay tuned. Okay, let's have a look at the Selesnya Cage deck. This time we are not playing with black. This time we just play with simple green-white Selesnya, and we play one of the new cards, or actually two of the new cards from the new set, and one of the big ones is Through the Omenpath. It's an 8 mana enchantment with Convoke, and at the beginning of combat on your turn, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. So as you can see, this is a card that can be hit by our cage, and it's just a really strong card because we play many creatures and many strong creatures. And let's have a look at our cage card first. For the people who don't know, Collector's Cage is a 2-mana artifact with Hideaway 5. Hideaway 5, when this permanent enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, and put the rest on the bottom in a random order. For 1, we can tap this and put a +1/+1 counter on target creature we control. And then if we control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may play the exile card without paying its mana cost. So the main goal is to have a really powerful card in Cage here inside and have the creatures that we can actually have this 3 different powers set up. So we have to play multiple creatures that allow us to have this setup, and we also need powerful cards to actually use the Cage efficiently. The way we do this is we have cards like Pawpatch Recruit, which is a 1-mana 2/1 but has Offspring 2, so you get for 3 mana a 2/1 and a 1/1. And also what's really nice about this card is whenever a creature control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, we can put the +1/+1 counter on target creature other than that creature. So this helps us to navigate this, of course, so 1 card for 2. Then a new card from the new set, Surris Spidersilk Innovator, 2 mana 0/1. When this card enters, we also get a 2/1 green spider creature token with reach, and we can transform this to this legendary spider human hero. It's a 4/4 vigilant reach, but usually you will not do this. But then also you have to know if this card is inside the cage, we can choose which side we want to play, so that's quite nice. And we also have ability to play this card because we play Starting Town and the Passages here. Then we have other cards to enable the triple different here, which is the Toby, Beastie, Befriender, 3 mana 1/1. When this enters, we create a 4/4 token. With this token can't attack or block alone. And as long as you control 4 or more creature tokens have flying, which is nice, right? So a way to actually attack and finish it off. Another way to finish it off, and also a creature that will help us here, is Sandstorm Salvager, 3 mana 1/1. When this enters, we create a 3/3. Golem artifact creature, and for 2 we can put a +1/+1 count on each creature token you control, and they gain trample, so we can give our creatures trample. Not all, but most of them. Since we have so many creatures on the board, we also have here a 4 mana Ouroboroid, which is just a card on its own that can win games, right? 1/3. You saw this card in many of my decks. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is the creature's power. So this definitely is a really nice way to buff our entire board. We also have the 4 of Llanowar Elves here, which I didn't mention before. Now let's have a look at some bigger cards here. We have 3 Overlords here. The good part about Overlords is you can technically play turn 4, right? So it's an expensive card that can be played early on, which is something usually you like with Cage. So for Inbending 4, we create 2/1 flying insects, and for 7 we also create them, but we have the body on the field. And whenever we attack, we also create these insects, so super strong. We have a 1 of Craterhoof Behemoth, which can just win the game on the spot, right, if you find it with the Omenpath or the Cage. 8 mana 5/5 haste. When this creature enters, creature you control gain trample and gain +X/+X until the end of turn, where X is the number of creature you control. Just another finisher, a good one-off. Yeah, it's cool when you play it. I wanted to try out this in a more Selesnya's type deck, and yeah, cool card. And of course we have Elspeth Stormslayer here, which is also a really good hit for our Cage, and also really nice because the static ability, if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, twice that many of those tokens are created. We have many tokens. Elspeth, of course, also creates tokens for +1. For 0, we have a finisher again, because we put a +1/+1 count on each creature you control. Those creatures gain flying until the end of your next turn. And for -3, we destroy target creature an opponent controls with mana value 3 or greater. Mana base, we added the Multiversal Passage here. This is just, you can choose a basic land, and then you can decide if you want to pay 2 or not. If you pay 2 life, it comes in untapped. If you pay not 2 life, it comes in tapped. Just gives us more flexibility to hit these cards and also have another blue if we ever need it. Starting towns, same here. Selesnya mana base is a bit because we don't have shocklands, but we have the Virtues here and we have the Peri here. Maybe you could play the Surveillance instead of the Passage here, but this just allows me to be way more on curve. So I only want to have 2 tap lands here. Of course, Fountain Port fits in well with all our tokens, so that's perfect. But yeah, the main goal, I repeat, the main goal is to have a good cage turn, go wide, go attack. This deck doesn't like board wipes too much. That's definitely something you don't like to see, but Elspeth can play a lot of aggro, can still do something right. But yeah, let's have a look at some turns. We can play, let's say, the Llanowar Elf turn 1, right? Turn 3, we would of course play one of these cards. So we get a 1/1, 1/1, 4/4, 1/1, 1/1, 3/3. And then we would choose the Collector's Cage turn 3, put the counter on the one of our 1/1s, and maybe get already a big card on turn 3, which is super powerful. You can also, of course, play a turn 1 Recruit, and then maybe a turn 2 Spidersilk Innovator, and then on turn 3, same again, you play the cage and you put it on the 2/1, either on the Recruit or on the Spider. Other than that, you have the Toby and the Salvager here, which will just delay this for 1 turn. But yeah, so multiple options, of course, to create this way. And the card I didn't mention is Shelter by Ghosts, because this card's just busted, of course, in best of 1 at least. 2 mana aura, enchant your control. When this aura enters, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls until this aura leaves the battlefield. And the creature gets +1/+0 and has lifelink and ward. And here the +1 also maybe enables it easier with the cage, which is really nice and maybe gives you some good attacks. If you feel like you don't face mono red, you can replace like 2 of them maybe, you can remove 2, add maybe some spot removal if you feel like. You can also go even crazier with some other big cards here as well. But yeah, this is the deck. Had a lot of fun trying out some new cards and I really enjoyed this deck. And yeah, another Ouroboroid deck, but yeah, cool. And enjoy the games. And if you like my content, of course, feel free to subscribe and like this video. Also leave a comment. What are you playing? What are the cards you are currently most excited for on Omenpath? And you can also join our Discord, where we have a huge community. We talk a lot, we help each other, which is really nice. So hopefully see you there. And for now, I just wish you fun with the games. I just see Llanowar Elf, guys. That's all I see. I see Llanowar Elf. I'm like, yeah, I can keep. Cannot help myself here, really. It's just too hard. Cannot help myself. Turn 2, Toby is nice. Turn 3, Ouroboroid is also pretty good. Don't have a cage, which is our signature card, right? But yeah, it's still a definitely playable hand here. Let's see what we face. I mean, as you all know, this card can win the game by its own. And I think this is a really, really strong best of 1 card, and I really like to play it, because if you play a card that just really wins the game by its own, then it's just powerful. We still have a decision to make next turn if you want to curve into Toby, which is probably what we do. And then we don't have Ouroboroid turn 3, but we don't know their lands yet, so there's information we can get early on. So it is, of course, our Llanowar Elf here. Solid start. And okay, life gain. Oh, that's a really interesting one. Okay, so it is Toby here, because we can cage and make one of them stronger and activate it. And that could be something huge, and then you already win the game there, right? So cage, also one of those cards. I wish. Yeah, cage is gone. They cannot let have cage here. I mean, they probably also know, like, if we draw an untapped land, but you cannot have cage here. Like, you cannot. This card is just too powerful here. Like, if you find any big card from Cage, it's over. We have a tapped land here. But we had to play this order, so that's okay. That is so interesting. Now we can showcase one of the newer cards, which is also nice. Let's see what we find. Let's go with this one. Yeah, so now we get creatures each turn. Seems good to me on turn 3. I think our board state is in favor of me here. Yep, this is another cool card. I mean, I love to play these type of decks. And I had the Cage deck already prepared, right? So I just had to remove the black, change some cards, and yeah, have the Omenpath here. What are they doing here? It's 3 mana for. Okay, sure. I mean, we have it in our hand again, but it's just way too powerful. Oh, maybe combo? Maybe go with combo here. So turn 5, huh? Dangerous. Have to be considerate. We can just draw and to win here too. Yeah, we're just gonna drop this one here. And we're gonna get the card first. So I think we're on the good side here. Because they need one more turn. And I'm trying to talk like it's just normal, but this is not normal. This is probably what you would consider close to the nut draw, right? And yeah, perfect. First game, can showcase what I want to do. It cannot be better. It cannot be better. So I'm happy to be able to do this on the first game. Really nice. I don't think they have a way. Like, they have 2 life. And the vampire is 5, right? So the vampire would be 5. There's also the enchantment, but they need the vampire to do the ping ping ping. But yeah, this seems also like a really, really strong deck. Okay, yeah, they try to get life here, which is okay. We take damage here, sure. But our board looks decent enough, yeah, okay. Try to do as much damage as they can, right? It's fair. They did a lot of damage, actually. It's quite impressive. But that's it. That is a lot of damage, really. So well, got me a bit surprised there that I fall this low. It doesn't really matter. We will just do this turn. Yep. And now we just gonna swing for big time lethal. Yeah, all we wanted to, but our opponent probably had the quest, play everything. And yeah, first game, first win with this list, nice. Awesome, we played. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking here. Llanowar Elves and Cage, sign me up. Sign me up. The downside here with the recruit is that we get a 2 and a 1, so we have 1, 2, 1. Okay, bounce. Bouncy. Missing out, okay. So we probably face Vivi. Double bounce in their hand there. Could go double creature. Kinda wanna go double creature, to be honest. Okay. So right now we have the option to use Ghost, right? But we need a more creature for the Cage. But their bounce is quite annoying. Okay. At least we get the this a bit stronger here. Okay. My opponent is like, let's just play like this. Interaction tribal. Okay, I don't really have to do something else, so we're just gonna use this one. And wow, many options, right? But this is definitely the best one to get. We can make creatures here and we can get this to a 2-1. It's a lot of interaction, huh? 4 interaction cards. It's pretty heavy. Okay, that's not really cool there. I feel like we have to... Well, the question is, do they have Cauldron? If they have Cauldron, I can use Shelter later on. I think the play here is use this. And I'm gonna get quite a heavy board. So now we have a really heavy board here, and even if they have Cauldron, I don't think like they... I mean, well, let's see. Let's see. We have Sheltered by Ghost, which is quite useful, and I used already 2 into the Fluffmaw. Okay. So far they already used the mana, which is good for me. It's really good for me. Okay. Oh, that's a... I don't want to run into an Abrade and lose my Overlord here. So definitely not what I want to see. Okay. This is their hand, this is their situation. Do I have lethal is the question. I have 10, 13, not exactly, huh? I do really... So we're gonna attack here first. We're gonna attack here first because I really don't want to get bounced again. Just got bounced before. We didn't have lethal, so it's fine. I feel like getting rid of the creature maybe is the better play. Let's see, do they have another VV? They don't have another VV though. So without that, they're quite lost. So yeah, let's see if they have a bounce. Okay, yeah, just that you make sure. I don't care about my life here, it's just really surviving. So, hey, second game, second win. Let's go. Misaka, way. Okay, Misaka, way. Not so cool here. It's control. I like Elspeth against control though. Seamrip is quite annoying. Okay, no. We don't really have... 2-1. Can attack for 2. Have a 2-1 out. How good is it? I mean, it's probably the best way to attack right now. Having an additional one there doesn't help me. Yeah. They can block if they want to. That's fair. That's fair. We keep playing our creatures here. It's a trickier matchup usually. Stock up is nice. I do have to keep this card on my hand though. I cannot play it. There's just no way. I can force a board wipe, which I will. But I kind of like to play this here. First of all, it gives me a threat later on. It's definitely better than this one. It's also more mana efficient. So I just see a board right here. But having this one out here, and if you draw a land, which we didn't, would have been in a really good position. So now the question is another board wipe. This is okay, but Elspeth, okay, sure. So here we have options, right? Elspeth is definitely a problem. Elspeth is a problem, but Overlord is coming, so I'm not sure if they will board wipe here. Okay, maybe they tap out. They probably have a 2 mana counter, which I have to consider. 3 mana now. So there's a counter. Cannot do much about the counter here. So they will get Elspeth, I will get Elspeth too. Cannot do much here. Like, there's no way. Okay, they had a removal spell. So, no board wipe. It's interesting that they used the removal spell there. Means they have another removal spell. And I can draw cards, which is also really bad for me. Okay. Gonna attack with this one. I will play my Elspeth so they cannot get the Elspeth right now. That's so interesting. That's so interesting. So seeing that, okay, they had the counter there. Wow, that's a weird one. Okay, so be it. Keeping Elspeth on top, that was huge. Well, they can of course spot wipe here, but it's gonna be an interesting one now. So they know I have an Elspeth coming. Okay. Not happy about that one. I need blockers back for Besa. Making 2 tokens seems like the wrong choice. I could play this, but I cannot really throw in everything. Cannot do that. Found a land here, is also not really nice. Getting rid of Besa seems wrong. Playing 2 creatures maybe is the right way to do it. It's a threat itself, so it's quite good. Okay. Just don't see them having any board wipe here. Like having Ouroboroid here on top, I think it's definitely nicer to do like this. Because they need to find a board wipe. If they don't have a board wipe, they take damage now. They searching. Seamrip, also a good card. Gives them Elspeth. But then they tap out, which is good for me. 4 mana, most likely counter spell. Yeah, easy block. So they didn't board wipe here. It's a sign. If they didn't board wipe here, it's a sign. Like, why wouldn't you board wipe, right? If I don't wanna commit yet. I think that's just going like this.
Strike from the heavens.
Yeah. Because I have Lethal on board now. And them finding a board wipe is quite high chance, right? Which gives them Elspeth back. Interesting draw.
I will turn the tide of battle.
Okay, so which one do we want to have here actually? Do we want to go with Recruit first? And we definitely make the tokens. If I play Ouroboroid, it doesn't really matter. It probably will get countered, so we have to play both anyways.
I welcome all allies.
Again, not overcommitting, of course. Yeah. Just don't want to overcommit here. Now they need to find a way to deal with Ouroboroid because we fly in. And this one also is dangerous. I really need to... This one is really good with Elspeth because it gives me a lot of creatures as well. Here we have the board wipe.
Ready arms.
Oh, they tap out. Okay, a lot of flyers. Okay, 2 creatures free. We have 8/8 4/4 which is 16. No, it's not enough yet. So we have to first do this.
More heroes for the cause.
Gonna lose Elspeth, but they have to commit. Interesting.
Rise and seize your destiny.
I mean, if we dodge a counter, we have a chance. They need 3 attackers here. Well, can we dodge the counter? I don't think we can. Tap up. So they board wipe again. Tricky. I think they have us. We can try, but I think they have us. We tried our best here. We tried our best. And for that, I think we did quite okay.
I welcome all.
There's almost no chance, but we will try. All they need is a counter, right? Okay, maybe with the surprise we can do it. Maybe with the surprise. Oh, they have lethal, right? 8. 6, 18, good game. Yeah, didn't reach it, but hey, still a good game. They got us there. Yeah, many board wipes is definitely not what you want here, but we tried our best, so cool game though. Ready? Supernova. Final Fantasy 7 against 8. It's a weird one, but we can maybe convoke. Sometimes you draw. What do you want to draw? Yeah, it will be this into this. Probably not surviving this Llanowar Elf though. Okay, they try to go their game plan, which is fair. If this is Vivian to Cauldron, then we play well. So much I can do. Yeah, cannot take this. Yeah, I still think we go with this one. Gives threats to block. And Hello too. Yeah, we're just going white here. Like, that's what we're gonna do. Going white. With Omenpath, maybe? The good old multiverse spell here. This one also gives us 2 bodies, which is nice, but it's definitely the Mistmoors next turn. Okay, yeah, I get it. Makes sense. Okay, interaction Andrew over there. Not really happy about the interaction, by the way. Yeah, that's also really interesting one. Maybe find a good cage target, right? Maybe find a good cage target next turn. And can go from there. They don't have a Vivi in the graveyard. They have a Vivi on the board. Okay. We need 3 creatures. So we have to do it on the 2-1 here. Let's see what we find. No way to get rid of Vivi though. But I probably Overlord over Ouroboroid here. I could go for another cage, and what would I get? I mean, a way to deal with Vivi maybe. But it's not the right thing to do. It just feels wrong. This is a hard turn. No, this has to be the best one. I cannot just... This just has to be the best one. Like, honestly. If we survive this turn, we get more tokens. This one gets flying too. It's just about surviving this turn now. If we technically... Let's see. We do have a lot of damage, but I still want to find a way to deal with Vivi. It's a hard decision, right? It's a hard decision. It's definitely Overlord over Ouroboroid. So let's see. They have 2 mana. They don't have a Cauldron, right? Cauldron is way more dangerous than a Vivi on board. They only have 2 mana right now. The Cauldron is... This is what I don't want to see. But I don't have a Vivi in the graveyard, right? Okay, they're just pushing a creature, which is fine. At this point, they don't do that much. Okay. Yeah, they can use the mana here, maybe. Okay, so. I kind of want to do this. Could we get Ouroboroid? I can also just... This is a really interesting one. Oh wow, we whiffed. That's brutal. Whiffing here is absolutely brutal. Crazy. Crazy! Oh my god, we had so many good draws and we just absolutely failed. Oh, our opponent drew a land, which is good for me. That's not good. Okay, but they don't have dangerous card there yet. Right now, lethal. On our side. Yeah, I have to block. That one I will block though. I cannot take more damage. I will definitely not make sure that this goes in the graveyard. Okay, we still have a lot of damage on board. Huge card draw. Huge draw. Huge draw, guys. Okay. Yeah, it's a nice. I think it's nice too, yeah. I think it was quite nice. And yeah, VV down. Nice. Well, we have cage and we have creatures, so we have the passages. With my hand, I can play. I have to play this now, and then I can. Yeah, I have to do it this way. I'm not too happy, but it takes damage. But yeah. So this way, we can play the Surris next turn, right? And then we can cage and get cage power. So that's like the main idea here. Okay, rabbits. Hey, cute. Okay. Surris here. No attack, and then next time we cage. So if they have a removal here, of course, then we cannot cage. But they don't. I mean, the cards are dangerous, right? You know how rabbits can go crazy quite fast, but they don't attack, which is fine. Okay, turn 3, nice. So here we're gonna go with cage, of course. Let's see what we find. Ouroboroid or Overlord. It's usually always Overlord here. It's just way too powerful. And I kinda wanna put it. I don't think they have a removal spell here, and I will not attack with that one anyways. But then having this one strong is probably still the better choice. So yeah. It's pretty strong. Pretty strong, of course. In this position we actually can attack with this one. They don't have a good trait. I don't think you should attack block here. Like, getting rid of their creature that is quite strong on the ground is nice. But yeah, so they need to find a way to deal with my Overlord. Maybe they have a sheltered. I think it's a sheltered turn. Have the recruit. Okay, Paw Recruit. We do have access to Ouroboroid next turn as well. So I feel like, yeah, it's the only logical way that they have something like this, but they can still not attack with our cards, which is really nice, right? We can block the Quest Caller, and they will definitely not give us an Overlord trigger here again. It's just an attack that would make no sense, right? But we now have next threat. This deck has many threats. If it's like a mid-range battle, it's a really strong deck. Okay. He will definitely not attack. I mean, there's no way he will attack here. And we just play our Galaxy Worm. Also really good draw. Which I will do, actually. Even better. If we don't whiff. So that's actually quite funny. So, I'm gonna get rid of the sheltered here. get our card back. Yeah. Yep. It's technically an Overlord again, right? So yeah, Overlord's still better than Ouroboroid in this position, but I think both is fine. Like, we could have even have more explosive cards there, so I think it was the right call. And yeah, GG. Llanowar Elf is a keep. It's always a keep. Playable cards, okay. So it's gonna be Vivi again. Okay, Recruit is nice against them, usually. There's a world where they just get rid of it. If they get rid of it, I still double Recruit. Okay. No Vivi, please. Nice. Going white here so far, which is decent. Now could go Passage Mistmoors, go to Recruit, could go send some sellers to tap. Have options. We have to take the 3. Okay. I want to have the most creatures, right? Which is like the main goal. Flyers are quite nice. But yeah, I want to have the most creatures here. And I do feel having the flyers here is probably a bit better. So if they do not have Vivi and not go off, then we pressure. We will pressure. Just keep going white. Finding Cage, of course, is really nice. Finding Cage is really nice. Terza. Not cool, but yeah. Sure. Now we have to think though, like how do we... They get quite strong creatures here. I could consider blocking the Fear. But I really do want to keep all my creatures, actually. The Fear is super dangerous though. So they just do that one, huh? Okay, if they just attack with that one, I just block with 1-1. 5 damage is still quite a lot. Yeah, it's gonna be you. Okay. Finding a land here is okay. Still not able to actually do this. I feel like I want to Mistmourn again. I mean, Sandstorm is fine. I think I cannot double spell this. And playing this is definitely not the way here. We're just vulnerable there. So yeah. It's gonna be this one again. We're gonna pressure a little bit because we could find some cards next turn that are quite good. We have to consider that Through the Omenpath can find us the Behemoth, which will win us the game if we find that, right? But we also have to consider how do we actually block now, because we have to calculate it. Having this many creature out also is a bit scary for opponent. I feel like they're just gonna use the Winter Knight first. Try to get strong stuff out here. Okay. Makes sense. Maybe find a Vivi. Maybe find a Vivi. Yeah, they found a Vivi. Now they play Cauldron, and then you know what's happening. Yeah. Not easy. Sometimes we lose these games. Sometimes we do. Yeah. Cauldron here. We can still technically win it. But it's, I would say, tricky. It's the Light Shadow. I don't know why they put it there, but that's okay. So let's see how much they can do here. At least Fear of Missing Out is tapped. Okay, crazy. We need to find a Behemoth, right? I need 2 attackers. I wish I had 3 though. So if I don't die, I will just take it. I have to play for my outs, right? In a perfect world, I tap out here. Okay, yeah. Still the Flyers can do it. Oh, it's not a good situation. Definitely not a good situation. Okay, now... Still have Trample though. They just keep going and going. So I have to block one of these creatures, which would be like huge. Right? Yeah. Sometimes stay faster, right? We didn't have our cage, which is our key piece of the deck, right? They had Cauldron, they found it, we didn't. Also, they have more looks, of course, which makes total sense in an Izzet deck. Yeah, you can keep doing this. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem, right? They just have endless gas. We still have a slight chance. A really slight chance. Super slight. Okay, Quantum Riddler. Yeah, why not, right? Why not? Yeah, not the Quantum Riddler. Now it gets to the point where I think it's not possible anymore. And they put it on a... They should put it on one of their flyers here. Yeah. Shit. Well, so be it. Smart. Yeah. Unlucky, I guess, huh? I just wonder if we would have it. This doesn't really matter. I just really wonder. Nah, we wouldn't. Okay, good game. You got me. Yeah. Hey, still a good game. Still fun to play. Yeah, cannot win every game, right then? That's an interesting hand. Okay. Kona is a problem. Okay, it's the biggest one we can get. That's interesting. Well, then we go there, huh? They kept that two-lander. Yeah, they kept the two-lander. We go like this. Then maybe find a Behemoth, right? Yeah. We didn't, but next turn we have power. Next turn we have power. Oh, that's I mean, yeah. We keep a two-lander and we play like we have these cards. Yeah, GG. Takataka, okay. Takata Kimi Kimi. That's a kind of weird hand. With this hand, and I don't know what they are, I don't like to play the recruit first. Okay. No, I do play the Recruit. Because I need to shelter their Tifa, right? Double Chocobo. It's not good. This is not good at all. But I used that passage early on. Yeah, we don't really have good cards here right now. Okay, it's decent. No matter how I look it, I cannot let them have double Chocobo here. I have to play aggressive too. I have to play kinda aggressive, right? Maybe have Ouroboroid into Elspeth. Fly over it. It's kinda like my game plan here. Okay, Chocobo is getting bigger. The thing I have to consider now is that they maybe have a snakeskin, so I have to see how it jumps. Take the fall. Okay, it stopped there, so you know, I know. Stopping again. So I cannot go in. In this position, we cannot go in. I know they have a snakeskin. I will definitely not run into it. Next turn, I can make them fly, which is 3, 4, 5. Then this is 8. It's not lethal. Okay, bit annoying, yeah, bit annoying. This Chocobo is getting quite strong now, so this is quite interesting. I can actually play the Recruit there. Do have the additional blocker and then fly over. Because right now, Tunnel is also not cool. Yeah, Chocobo is getting strong. That's something we know gonna happen now, and we'd have to take the damage as well. To play Elspeth, getting 2 tokens just for the box. But then they know what I can do. Maybe Recruit plus something is better. That's an interesting card as well. Yeah, we keep Elspeth here on our hand. Just getting stronger and stronger. And then we finish this off with this card, right? Because they don't have lethal, they don't have haste. And now they play a card I don't consider, right? And then lose. But yeah. So all we need is this card to win. Which is perfect in this matchup. And yeah. We getting stronger, I mean they get their Chocobo stronger, there's like whatever. Do it. The scariest cards that if they have some way to give their creature trample now. They had on this talent here. Which, yeah, it's a bit scary. Able to fight and trample. Not happy to see that one. But, yeah. Let's say they do that, Ouroboroid dies, then we have 10. Yeah, we still have lethal. Even if they have this. But if they force a block, then we don't have lethal. So let's see how they do this. Well. Well. If that's it, then that's it. And now we do this. Pretty simple, huh? Yeah, mono green with no Hydra interaction early is fine. And yeah, I think it was still correct to get the Chocobo there. And yeah, cool game, GG. Okay, yeah, well, sometimes you play a deck and you face control twice. The games can go really long, so I keep in one of them. Otherwise, the video will explode. But yeah, cool deck. I think Cage has potential. We'll definitely try out different color combinations. And Through the Omenpath, I really like this card. I will try to find other ways to make this card work. And yeah, Surris fits in perfect because it gives us another chance to go turn 3 Cage. So maybe can play Fortress for that reason. The meta is kind of weird right now. Of course, everyone tries out new cards, but many just play stock cards. So yeah, it's always kind of tricky. But I'm looking forward to the reset, and I'm still thinking which deck I play. Maybe I'm not sure if I can push for #1 because I will be in Kyoto on vacation. Kind of still want to do it though. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, wish you all a good day, and yeah, feel free to subscribe and like, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.